let's rank the head coaches in the NFC West. Because it's that time of the offseason. Why not? You want to start?
Yeah, and also, the reason I brought this question up is because PFF had
Right.
Cliff Kingsbury in the top 5. They didn't have any. They had, to be fair, they had Pete Carroll is number 5, and they had I just said his name. What the hell? Why am I drawing a blank? He's forgettable. No, Arizona's coach.
Kingsbury.
Yeah, Kingsbury. They had Kingsbury number 4, and then they had McVay out of the top 10, and Shanahan was like 8. I don't know. It was kind of crazy. I'm
34.
It's the bill. The bill's very long, I think, is what they're saying.
I think so. I'm going for like the real. Like, it's like a trucker hat. It's like 2004.
It is. Yeah.
You gotta bend the trucker hat. You can't go flat bill in the trucker. In my opinion.
No, you definitely can't go flat bill on the trucker hat. No, absolutely not.
No. That's what I wanted to say to Samson yesterday. Was he was going flat bill on this? I'm like, Samson, it's a trucker hat. Come on. You might have been in elementary school in 2004, but I was in high school. I remember what Von Dutch was all about, right?
Von Dutch reference. I love it. That's good. That's good.
All right, anyway.
But yeah, so again, PFF has some crazy ways that they grade and do whatever. So I thought it was interesting the way that they had things. So for me, I was like, okay, well, I completely disagree with this list. So let's rank the NFC coaches. So let's both start with number 4. To me, and I think we're going to agree here, it's Kingsbury, right? Come on, it's Kingsbury's number 4.
Oh, what was the argument for ranking him top 5 in the league? The way he never wins in the second half of the season? And that goes back to college, too. That goes back to college.
Yeah, it does, yes.
And you know why he never wins in the second half? Because his stuff is so simple. So simple. Everyone figures him out by the second half of the year. So, no. Also, he has no idea about running the ball, which means he has no idea about winning.
Very vanilla. Runs a very vanilla. And a lot of that is because of the limitations of Kyler Murray, right? Kyler Murray's short. He can't see over the middle of the field. I mean, that's a legit
Kyle would do better than Kyler. Kyle would do better with Kyler than that joker.
Here's the deal. If Kyle had Kyler, you remember Jake Plummer in Denver's offense? It would look exactly like that. This dude would be mobile.
That's what I'm saying. Because like what Cliff tries to do is put him in the shotgun and spread things out. It's like, okay, you don't move the pocket. You don't have him rolling out left and right ever. Imagine Kyle. Guy would be constantly on the perimeter making throws. The only time Kyler gets in the perimeter is when he does it himself. Mm-hmm. Kyler's a good player. Cliff is a bad coach. He's a very bad coach. And
very bad, not so good coach.
Yeah. No, he's out.
I get it.
Number 4.
I get it.
No question.
All right. Number 3. So if I'm going off, I'm doing as of right now. So if I'm going off career, Pete Carroll has to be ahead of Shanahan. I understand that. But right now, Pete Carroll is aging. I feel like he really screwed off the last couple of years with a great quarterback in Russell Wilson. I think right now, Pete Carroll is the 3rd best coach in this division.
This is really the argument of the segment because we both agree that McVay is the best coach in the
For sure, yes.
We both agree that McVay is the best, that Kingsbury is the worst. This is the argument, and I'm actually going to disagree with you here. Let me do my best to say why.
Okay.
Kyle should be better than Carroll. Maybe this will be the year that he proves it. But Carroll's beaten him 4 times in a row. Fair. Carroll's 8-2 against Kyle. And it's not that he's just beating him with Russell Wilson. Like, he'll beat him with his special teams. For whatever reason, Carroll's team seems more prepared for the game than Kyle's most of the time. And we all feel like Kyle has the potential and it's any day now. And he's going to probably soon. Maybe this is the year. I don't know. I might think that Carroll's tanking this year with Drew Lock, but the guy won a Super Bowl. Kyle's tricked off 2. I can't give it to Kyle yet. Soon, maybe in a month, but not yet. I can't. He's got to earn it. You got to earn it. You can't live off promise your whole life, man. And what did Kevin Cole of Pro Football Focus say? He had a little hot take saying he's not a top 10 head coach. Well, he's like, yeah, his offense can be good, but it's not consistently good. He's had some bad years with good quarterbacks.
He has. Yeah, he has. He really has.
Fact of the matter is, as a head coach, he meddles in personnel and gets it wrong a lot. I mean, he's not particularly good on fourth down. He's not particularly good with challenges. So I got to take the guy who won a Super Bowl. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but
and that's totally fair.
Carroll is definitely on the way down, man. He was better 5 years ago than he is now.
Yeah, and age catches up with everybody, right? I mean, the guy's what, in his 70s?
Yeah, older than Belichick.
Yeah, exactly. So, and he obviously doesn't act that way. He's very vibrant and all those other things, but he's
chomping.
He is. He really is. But to me, I don't know. When you have Russell Wilson, man, one guy has Jimmy Garoppolo, one guy has Russell Wilson, and one guy cannot get to the playoffs with Russell Wilson.
Kyle's not an offensive coordinator. You're a head coach who meddles in personnel. You could have gotten rid of Jimmy Garoppolo years ago. You could have stuck to your guns and gotten Kirk Cousins. You could have actually scouted and had Patrick Mahomes. I'm not giving you the Jimmy Garoppolo excuse. That's part of that's part of who you are as a head coach. Making the wrong decision.
That's fair. But I look at that as more the GM side of Kyle Shanahan, right? Like the GM, Shanahan, the GM is screwing Kyle Shanahan, the coach, sometimes.
But what I would say is if you're gonna invest in Kyle Shanahan, the head coach,
it's everything.
You gotta make him Kyle Shanahan the GM too. And as you said, Kyle Shanahan the GM will get in the way of Kyle Shanahan, the one you want. So yeah. I don't know. But look, this could.
Let me throw out one more thing.
Kyle better beat him twice this year. And if he does, I'll give him the nod. If he does it this year, I'll give him the nod.
Let me throw out one more thing, because I think it's a little bit different in football. It's a lot of bit different, but there's still some relevance. When you're out in the business world, you have, let's say you're a manager of something. You have managers that work under you. Usually you do a lot of your coaching through the managers, and then they coach them, right? Mm-hmm. And it's all about how well you coach your managers. Well, in football, it's different, right? Because you've got to really be there with your players. But the coaches that he has developed, unbelievable. I mean, whether he's brought them in at the right time, he's brought in the right guys, made the right decisions there, or he's developed them. Either way, fantastic. And the development on that team of even the players. I mean, Seattle drafts really bad, right? Like that is one thing. Seattle does not draft well, but outside of those early years in the secondary, they really don't develop that well either. And the 49ers develop players at an extremely high level. And that's got to go in Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle should be better than Pete. And he does certain things better. Like, for example, Pete has been on like a never-ending search for a good offensive coordinator, right? Can't ever find one. Kyle constantly has a good defensive coordinator. Always. He's like the defensive coordinator is better than him.
That's what I'm saying.
He's that good. I mean,
yeah.
So look, Kyle should be better than Pete. Maybe will be better than Pete. Maybe he is better than Pete. I just want him to prove it, man. You've lost 4 in a row to this guy. And they were terrible last year. Like, how many games did they win last year? 4? And 2 were against the Niners?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
They might have won more than 4 games, but yeah, it wasn't good. Right?
It wasn't good. They won like almost half of their games against you. So yeah, beat them twice this year, and I'll give you the nod because it should be Kyle.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. He's saying Kyle Shanahan number 1 easy.
Hey man, I mean, I hear a lot of people say that he could be the best coach in the league. He's got that potential. Yeah, well, you know what? He blew 2 Super Bowls, and you want to blame Tart, whatever. He always has an excuse. Just win one. You're right there. You're always at the finish line, man. Just make it happen, and we'll give you your flowers. But not before. He's gotten so many flowers before he's won anything. And that's when I start to be like, that's when I go to banana hands. I'm like, man, it's because of his name. It's because of his name. It's because of his name. Like, I'm not saying he shouldn't be in the league. Like, I'm not saying he's a nepotism hire. He's clearly a good head coach, but we don't have to say he's the best before he actually, like, let him get a winning record. There are certain benchmarks he can hit, and he's going to, I think, before we give him his flowers.
And that's totally fair, right? You don't want to crown him before, but here's the thing: is McVay and him have been head coaches for the same amount of time. McVay's made it to 2 Super Bowls, Shanahan's made it to 1, and McVay's won 1. And in head-to-head in the most important game, none. I don't think.
None.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
there you go. I mean, that's
I mean,
McVay's better right now.
This year. I mean, we're all like, I mean. If Aaron Banks, Jake Brendel, Talanoa Hufanga, Sam Womack, and Trey Lance are all pretty good, the Niners can win 11, 12 games. Like, yeah, that's kind of the position they're in right now. So anyway, yeah, Kyle, you got a lot to prove. But Scotty, I hear you.
if Kyle and McVay were athletes, we'd be saying that Kyle is the high upside guy, right? He's got more upside, but he hasn't put it together yet on the field, right? And so that's kind of where we're at with it. But he's the second best coach. Grant's wrong. He's the second best coach in the division.
Fair enough. I'll take it. Look, I want to be wrong, and again, what I'm saying is, I'll not anoint Kyle, but I'll give him the credit once he beats Carroll twice this year. Don't lose to the Seahawks this year.
Yeah, no, definitely don't do that. Yes.
Rad LSS says grade the Lions draft, fellas. Hard. Let me look it up. Hutchinson and Jameson Williams, love it. Josh Pascal, Kirby Joseph, love it. That looks like an A draft to me. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the Lions did really well. And they tried to really undercut the 49ers for Deebo Samuel. Like, they didn't give – the offer for Deebo was atrocious.
Yeah, it was a slap in the face.